Thank you very much for being here with me today. We're at World Aviation Festival in Amsterdam, and I'm here with Mark Kramer, Director of Customer Experience at KLM Airline. And let's just get straight into our first question, which is, what are some new innovations or perhaps new technologies that you're using to ensure a seamless passenger flow and experience?
Yeah, one great new innovation that we are testing is making use of case management. So shifting part of the work that we cannot all take up with our agents at transfer desks, at the lounge, but also, for example, at the check-in. Try to divert them into cases. Action needs to be taken and take that to the back office. So make use of some of the flexibility and resources that we have. It also avoids a lot of calls and posts to our social media and call centers. So that's, I think, a great innovation. And we have also implemented a virtual queue, a digital queue, so to say, to help our customers that they don't have to stand in line for 1 hour behind a transfer kiosk or whatsoever. No, they can just report themselves. Hey, I'm here. I have this question. And then we can get back to them either directly or say to them, okay, you can now report to desk XYZ.
Absolutely, and data is hugely important. So what sort of data are you sharing with airports to ensure this more a tailored experience for passengers?
We are now sharing some data with airports related to baggage, as also to make sure that the baggage is coming in time. And I would like to, I think we could share a lot of more data with airports, also on waiting times, which at Schiphol are not great at this moment, but to make a benefit for our customers in sharing data. Of course, our customers have to give consent. They have to agree upon it. And that's where we want to be as transparent as we can be.
Absolutely. So let's talk a little bit about some trends that you're seeing perhaps in the overall aviation ecosystem.
Overall trends is that the customer wants to help himself. So their customers are getting more and more ready to deal with the situation. Of course, we have to give them the means. What I also see is a trend where we see that customers are not only traveling for leisure or for business, but also a combination of those. We see a clear trend that customers are more conscious whether they have to make a trip. So when they make the trip, it's really important for them. And they expect it to be smooth and consistent, so throughout the journey, that we update them with the latest information, that we give them the means and the tools to help themselves. On the other hand, and when we say it has to be real time, it really has to, customers are really expecting, the world around them has changed, that their needs are being fulfilled with directly. So it's not like we think we can help you in 45 minutes or maybe 1.5 hours. No, in 53 minutes we help you at this counter.
Absolutely.
So quite explicit.
Absolutely, and you speak about passengers being more conscious when they're travelling. So how crucial would you say that the relationship between passengers and sustainability is? So, what some initiatives that you have already in place, and would you say that passengers are more aware of the sustainability?
Yeah, for sure. What we see with our customers is that they really want to do the right thing, so they're even willing to pay more for it, and we have to give them options. So in 2019, KLM was already pioneering with the Fly Responsibly campaign, and we try to provide our customers an option. And I think as an airline industry, we should really make work of sustainable aviation fuel to make that available for everybody, and also to give that choice to the customer. Okay, should I take heavier baggage, or do I need to take this aircraft transferring there, or can I fly directly? Giving them options also to reduce their CO2 impact.
What are some of the largest challenges that you think airlines are facing currently?
You could say that airlines are more transactional, so we are really focused on the transaction and short-term relationships, except for the loyalty program. And I think the transformation the airlines have to go through to create relations with customers, so more a relational transformation, really move on with customer relationship management, customer experience, focus on the needs of the customer, know what the customer finds important, and be relevant. And we also see that in some of our initiatives related to improving the communication to our customers, making use of their data, making it as easy and as comfortable as possible to fly with us. And not only related to the airport experience or the in-flight experience, but also before that already in the preparation. Taking as much as we can some of the efforts away from the airport. The airport should be fun. The airport should be great to go through. It's an experience in itself, and it should not be too much paperwork and red tape. And ideally, the customer is completely cleared when he or she arrives at the airport.
Absolutely, the idea of digitalizing everything pre-arrival.
Yeah, and that the customer can expect, okay, I will be at the airport, and then I have time to go to do fun things, to meet up with friends, meet up with colleagues, go shopping, go have a nice dinner or lunch, and then I'm ready for my flight, and not, the whole check-in process and waiting in queues and taking care of all kinds of health documentation requirements. We say, well, ideally, everything is cleared before the customer arrives at the airport.
Definitely, but the idea of a more relaxed passenger is a more perceptive passenger, so they're probably more willing to go and spend some money.
Travel is supposed to be fun. We sometimes forget it, and it would be great to. It's a place where you can meet people, where you can go and explore new cultures, meet up with family or old friends. Make a business deal with foreign partners, and that's supposed to be an experience. It's supposed to be fun, and not some of the hassle we had to go through as customers or as passengers over the last few years with Corona.
Absolutely, and it's great to see that airports and airlines are coming out of that now. We're moving past the pandemic.
Hopefully. We are ready.
Yes, absolutely. So, on that topic, what are your predictions for the future?
Predictions we are really global. We see here in the Netherlands that the outlook is quite negative in terms of if you fly, you almost have to defend yourself. Like, okay, I'm flying, I have to fly. What we want to do, of course, as an airline industry, with airports, with all the parties involved in making travel possible, is to show the value of travel, but also that we can do this in a sustainable way. And I think that is the main challenge, to really make it sustainable, that customers have the feeling, okay, I travel, I need to travel, I want to travel, and I don't have this feeling of guilt that's laid upon me, because I know that the airline is doing everything to compensate for the negative impact on the environment. And maybe also our former founder, or the founder of KLM, said, the ocean of the air unites all people. So it's also, we have globalized. We have my sister lives in Australia. I have relatives living in the UK and in Canada. You do business worldwide, and people adopt children in India. It's global, and we cannot go back into, let's say, okay, these are the barriers. But if you travel, do it consciously. The question is, should you, for every weekend with friends, should you fly to Barcelona? And is 20 euros for a ticket? Is that a fair and reasonable price? Also in view of the impact. So more consciously and making sure that it's sustainable is the big challenge, I think, for the airline business.
What should other airlines, in your opinion, capitalise on the most?
Now, one great example is in the sustainable aviation. We organized a flight challenge together with SkyTeam. So we set up a sustainable flight challenge, and yeah, sustainability is not something that you can say it's a competitive advantage. You can say, oh, we are the most sustainable. No, we want the whole industry to be more sustainable. So we share our knowledge. We are competing not within the airline industry. Of course, we do compete, but we do compete with the overall society having a perspective on us, which is negative. We are competing maybe with trains where we should not. We should work together with trains. We should work together with all kinds of transportation, also in view of the needs of the customer, and to organize this in such a way that it is as efficient as possible with the least impact on the environment. So as KLM and as Air France KLM, we are of course are supporting other airlines, not only within SkyTeam but also on different levels. We are supporting other airlines to also become better in creating that relationship with the customer, our customers as a total, and to improve on their sustainability challenges.
What's keeping you awake at night?
What's keeping me awake at night? No, to a certain extent it is the perspective which has changed. How can something which is so beautiful and which really brings people together be so perceived so negatively? And I think that's also a common challenge for everybody who works in the airline industry. So okay, we should go maybe less for the quantity and go more for the quality, and make sure that we also show that we have a societal impact. Environmental impact should be minimized, but also that we have a societal impact which is large, and we should show that more. The importance of travel and bringing people together should not be lost in this quest for, okay, we want to improve the environment. Also in view of how other industries are sometimes dealing with the environment. That's not a benchmark, but it's more like, okay, it's very easy to say, okay, airlines are guilty because only rich people fly, or only people that do not necessarily need to fly are flying. That's not how it is. That used to be maybe 50 years ago, but not anymore. Yeah. Everybody can fly, and everybody should be able to fly, but do it consciously and do it in a sustainable way.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much. That was my last question.
Thank you.